Hey everyone, this is Coach D. Listen, I'm an old school coach, right? Old school coach and old school therapist all wrapped up in one. And I realize that everybody is talking about relationships. Everybody is an expert now, right? Have you ever thought that some of these individuals who are out here talking about these relationships probably don't really know what that entails? Because it all sounds good. Everybody's listening to somebody. And it's kind of like everybody's going to piggyback off of what somebody else has said. But I don't need to do that. I'm a Gen Xer. So I knew from years ago and being my age now of what it takes for a relationship because I actually walked through it. I know what heartache and pain looks like. I know what being shut down, not being able to communicate, having stress and frustration in a relationship with somebody else. I walked through that. And even during the time when we didn't have the cell phones as a means of communication, we had to work those things out face to face. Nowadays, you can hide behind the cell phone. You can send a text. What you doing? Instead of actually getting in your car or walking to see what that person is doing. So, yes, you got a lot of people out here who are experts. But here's the thing. I've gone through that. But I also know why a lot of the relationships aren't working the way that they want them to work out. And that's because haven't learned themselves yet. You could try to give somebody your all, but if you don't know who you are, if you don't understand why you can't manage your emotions when you get mad and you going off, or you shut down when things get complicated because you don't like conflict, or you know what, if you get upset if somebody is yelling at you and it makes you explosive. See, all of these things go all the way back to your childhood, what was happening then, who were the first people to communicate with you and show you how communication is done, who taught you how to be vulnerable, how to be open and talk about your feelings. A lot of times people didn't have that, especially in my time growing up. So what we do, we sat on our feelings. We kept it quiet. And I'm from the old school. You know, what's said and done in this house stays in this house. So we kind of gone on. And the younger crowd now had those old school parents that had that mentality. And so now we in a, new time period where everybody's talking about emotional intelligence. But for us back then, that was just plain common sense. How to be able to talk to somebody and to listen and to understand. But if you weren't taught that, or you were raised in an environment where your family didn't create spaces for you to talk about your feelings, then what you did, you just kind of stuffed it in. And so think about it. Now you in a relationship with somebody and you don't understand them, they don't understand you. And you may not even realize that the person that you're with may have the same issue. They may come from a background where their families didn't talk to them or whether it was dysfunctional. See, everyone is trying to find something, but they don't even know what they're trying to find. And so this is what I do. I tell people all the time, especially my women, that you accept less than what you deserve because you don't know what you deserve. You have to get an understanding of that first. And if your first experiences wasn't filled with love and support and encouragement, then you don't know what you deserve in your relationship. And so therefore you can accept the bare minimum because you don't know you deserve more. And if you tell that man all of the things that have happened in your background, he may do one or two things. He may say, well, since you don't know her worth, I'm just going to do the bare minimum. Or he's going to say, you know what, I want to be a different type of person for her so that she can have a different experience with me. It could go one or two ways. So for those women out there who are in these relationships and don't know why they are accepting the same type of behavior from the same type of men over and over again, then, reach out to me. This is what I do. I don't just teach skills. I don't just talk about, ways to communicate. I want to get to know what's going on in you, because there's something going on in you that accepts the things from other people that you know you don't deserve. It is me helping you to find your voice, building up your self-esteem, helping you to understand why you show up the way that you do. And if you're in a relationship, just because you start out that way, don't mean you got to stay that way. Self-awareness is a beautiful thing because it wakes you up. It makes you get an understanding of yourself and what you want and what you need in your relationship. And not just that, just for yourself. So if you decide at some point that you want some help navigating that, please check me out at heartsaligncoaching.net. Got a lot of information, but I got a lot of experience too. As a therapist, as a relationship coach, as a wife who is also married to a therapist, I can help you navigate that. And ladies, whatever you learn from me, you could take that back into your relationship. And hopefully your significant other will see some of those changes, and he may want to make a change too. So I hope you all have a great day, and see you next time.